Hi everybody, Bonnie here. Hope you guys are doing well. I have something really cute to show you that turned out cuter than I thought, and that is this Pokemon. Does anyone know who this little guy is? This is Psyduck. The pattern is from the Pokemon book. This book right here, Pokemon Crochet by Sabrina Summers. I am participating in Crystal from Chronically Crocheting her Pokemon Cal, is it? Like along? I've got to watch the video again to make sure that I am doing the rules and stuff right. I think it's just you crochet a Pokemon character, any pattern, doesn't have to be from this book. And yeah, so I will link that video down below where she talks about it because she does a much better job of it than I do, but I've had this book for a while. So finally this book got to use. I did get another Amigurumi book for my collection, so now I have 3 books. And I'll tell you about the other book in just a second. But Psyduck pattern is in this one. This is what he looks like in the book compared to mine. I mean, I think it looks like Psyduck. You can tell who it is. The pattern is, it's well written on, but I did change a couple of things because because it was easier. The first thing that I changed were the fingers. He has 3 little, if you look up a picture of him, he's got 3 little spikes as his, not really a paw, like arm, I guess, feathers or whatever. I did Google image him just so I could sew on the arms in the right position. The arms itself is just, it's basically you're crocheting in the round like any amigurumi, and then you pinch it shut. And it had this funky thing in the book where you did like single crochets for the fingers or whatever you want to call them, but then you would cut the yarn and then reattach the yarn in the next stitch, so you had 6 ends coming out of his fingers that you would then have to weave in, and it didn't look right. I tried it. I slip stitched it shut, then I did a double crochet, slip stitch, double crochet, slip stitch, double crochet. So it's 3 double crochets for the fingers. I tried doing at first half doubles, but they were so small you couldn't see it. And I know these don't look like double crochets, but they are. It's just how it got squished in because I slip stitched into the very next stitch. So anyways, yeah, that's what I did for the arms. And then for the bill, I gave it a little shaping. You can kind of see where I took in the yarn. I took yarn from up here, and then I did it over 1 stitch, and then I took it through the side, did over another stitch, pulled it, because the pattern does seem like it's going to give you shaping, but it doesn't really give you the shaping of the bill. So that's what I did different. And the other thing that I did different from the pattern in the book is the little eyeball, the little pupil, is yarn. They tell you to take a marker and make a dot on felt, and that, it looks kind of, it didn't look dark enough to me, you know, like black. It looked grayish, and I wanted the black pupil, so I just tacked a little yarn in there. I also did not use the template it gave you for the eye to trace because it was too small for my amigurumi size. The pattern I think calls for a 2.5mm hook, and there's no way I'm making amigurumi with size 4 yarn and a 2.5. Instead I used a 3.75 hook, and that worked out perfect for me. So then the template for the eyes in the book was too small, so I just winged it. I mean, I just folded a piece of felt in half and cut a circle. Then I realized after looking on Google Images that Psyduck's eyes are not circles, they're more oval. So I trimmed the sides of the eyes, but I haven't glued them on yet. See, they're just on there by that black piece in the middle. I probably will like use hot glue or something. What glue would you guys use? I don't usually glue things on my amigurumi. I use hot glue for if it's got safety eyes. Super glue? I guess super glue would work. You do so on the hair, which turned out super cute. I thought it was not gonna look good, the hair, because it seems like whenever I do hair it doesn't, but it was so easy and it turned out so cute. The hair is made in 1 piece, and then you sew the hair on. You sew the arms on, you sew the bill on, and you sew the feet, and you sew the tail on. Feet turned out pretty good. I was kind of nervous because the hands really didn't turn out for me for how the pattern was written, but I followed the directions for the feet and it turned out good. little stuffing in the tail. I didn't stuff it super hard because I didn't want the stuffing to show through on the stitches. And yeah, so that's my Psyduck. I think he's cute. And in case you don't know Psyduck, I didn't know this until the girls educated me, that he holds his head because he gets headaches. So that's why he's holding his head. So we got Psyduck. I almost forgot to tell you the yarns that I used for Psyduck. The yellow is this one right here, Red Heart Cheek Sheep. This is the color Mimosa, and this is a wool yarn. It's 100% wool. I chose this yarn because of the color. That's one of the challenges, is getting the color right, because when I make a character, I want it to look like the character, you know. That's the hardest part, I think, about these Pokemon, is going to be like sewing the arms on in the right spot and making sure that I've got the colors. So anyways, this was perfect for it. Nice and soft yarn. I really like it. I've never worked with this Red Heart yarn before. The bill and the feet is this, Karen Simply Soft. This is the color Bone. And I remember I bought this for those Golden Girls that I made, and I don't know if I might have used it for something in the Golden Girls, but I had a bunch of this, and it was a perfect color for the bill and the feet. The black yarn up there, that's just Bernat Super Value in the color black, and that is white felt. And I also use the black yarn for the details on the bill and for the eyes. I didn't use embroidery floss like I usually do because it was too thin. I used the yarn. So yeah, if you hear a noise, which you probably do, that's the bread machine. I'm making some bread for dinner. The other book that I just got in the mail is this one. When I was watching Kelly from Crochet Ma for Life, I love her, oh my goodness. She had this book, and Briella was walking by and she saw what I was watching and she stopped. And because I loved it. Kelly went through the whole book. I will link her video down below. Showed every character that's in here. And so I told Nick, I'm like, I need another crochet book. And so he ordered it on Amazon. It is by a different author than the first one. This one is by Lee Satori. The first one is by Sabrina Summers. I flipped through it real quick to read some of the pattern, like how they did the language, and it seems like it's the same, so it'll be easy to follow. The girls are very excited about all of the evolutions, and I'm still learning all of them, but like Sylveon, look at that. That's gonna take some finagling. Oh my goodness, I will be Google imaging that one. Actually, we have just a sec. This is actually Sylveon right here. This is her. That looks pretty intense, but I will be making this one eventually. I'll be doing all of the evolutions. Let me see here. Like there's Leafeon, there's one called Umbreon, and is this another one, I think? Let me see here. And what's Espeon, Eon, like all the Eons. This is a really cool book. I do like it. So these two books are like my main Amigurumi books that I have, and I'll probably be working all year out of these because I want to make almost all of them. We'll see how that works out, but it's fun to make a character that actually looks like the character when the pattern's finished. So yeah. So I just want to thank everybody who has subscribed recently, in the past, from the beginning, or you just found out about this channel. Thank you so much. I cannot believe it hit over 1,000. Like, that's crazy and kind of scary. But I waited a few days because I'm like, well, you know, people always lose subscribers and gain subscribers, but I think I'm safe now to say that there's like 1K, which is, I'm so grateful. This channel is about you guys because you guys are my friends, and I love talking about yarn, and nobody really understands it. I mean, they try, but their eyes just kind of glaze over and they're like, oh, so, but you guys get it. Like when I talk about increases and decreases and all of that stuff and yarn. So just thank you so much. I really appreciate that you come back just to see what I'm up to. And what I'm going to be up to, because I had said this and I really want to do it, for hitting 1K, I am going to crochet for 24 hours. I have not decided which day I need to sit down and think when I'm going to do that and how I'm going to do that and the rules I will have, but I'm going to like legit try to crochet as much as I can in 24 hours. I've seen other videos about it, and one time this one person, I don't remember who it was, but they're like, yeah, I just came back, we went out to dinner and I went to the mall, and I'm thinking that's not crocheting for 24 hours. I'm going to be in my house. I already told Nick, I'm like, you're gonna order pizza because I'm not cooking dinner. And yeah, so I'm excited. I'll let you know when that video is going to be, and all of the rules and stuff. I've been thinking about what I want to crochet while crocheting for 24 hours. There is a pattern that I haven't made yet, and I really want to try to do that. I'm going to see if I have the yarn for it. But thank you so much. Like, thank you so much, you guys. Yeah, fun stuff. A couple of things that I had mentioned in previous videos. One was I want to learn how to knit, and I decided that I'm going to do that in the summer when I can sit outside with that book and just be in the sun and in the warmth and get fresh air outside. It's snowing right now as I'm recording this. We've got feet of snow on the ground. I mean, I don't even know anymore. Whatever. We live in the UP. So yeah, we're gonna get snow. Yeah, it's gonna be cold. I like the cold and I like the snow, but I don't want to crochet in the cold and in the snow or knit. So I think it'll be nice just to get outside. And the other thing I wanted to tell you guys about that I had mentioned in previous videos are all of those Tunisian squares. All of these babies. Yeah, if you're new and you haven't seen these before, this is the Jaded in Stitches totally Tunisian calendar blanket from last year. I'll link her video below if you're interested in that. But these are all Tunisian stitches, and I enjoyed learning it. I really enjoyed Tunisian crochet. But I used different types of yarns because my vision was going to be a pink blanket of all different kinds of pink yarns that I had. And yeah, it didn't work. Some of the squares are just totally different sizes, and I've seen some where they've been stretched and then sewn together in the blanket, but I'm not gonna do that. Some of the nice ones, maybe I'll turn into a baby blanket and crochet around them. But then some of them like this that are really curly, not all of them are perfect because I just learned how to do this. So, I mean, there are mistakes. These are going to be cat blankets because cats don't care if they sit on mistakes. They sit on anything. So I'm going to probably, like this super curly one, I'm just going to crochet around it. Again, it does have a border of single crochet around. And whatever shape it turns out to be, that's what it turns out to be. So I'm gonna make a few cat blankets. Some of them are just smaller and they're not as curly. But I blocked the really big ones. I guess I could block this one. Honestly, I probably am not going to. I'm just gonna crochet around it, turn it into some kind of a blanket. Like this one for sure is gonna be a cat one. There are a lot of mistakes in it. Like right there and right there and right there, and it's curly and it's smaller, so I'm just going to crochet around it. And yeah, so that's what's happening with my Tunisian squares. I'm not doing the blanket. And for Jada and Stitches blanket this year, Fair Isles, I'm not doing that either. I really don't need any more blankets. I do love making blankets, and I don't need any like holiday themed blankets all in one. There were a couple of years where I did the stitch sampler. I did the one that Jenny is amazing at. Jenny does like, hi Jenny. I do like, what's it called? You know exactly what it's called, Jenny. You're just like probably yelling at the computer. Oh my goodness. Folk art. Thank you. Folk art blanket. I want to make one of those eventually again. But yeah. I've got to like prioritize. So this year, instead of doing calendar blankets, like blanket things, I want to do amigurumi things, like make-alongs and stuff. Yeah, I'm babbling now. I have to go out and get the mail in the snow, and I don't really want to, but so guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for coming around and seeing what I'm up to. You guys are awesome. I haven't forgotten, I'm going to be doing some shout outs for channels, and if you have a crochet channel, and feel free to comment down below and like tell me. I love seeing new crochet channels, and yeah, so I'll stop procrastinating now and actually go get the mail. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys are having a good day. Bye everybody. Snow, snow, snow. Do you hear the birds?